I'm not. Good morning, students. This is Mrs. Crumpton, and this is live recording in first period class. We are going to be looking at a learning target today from chapter 6, section 2. I can solve systems of equations using substitution. Okay, now, those of you who are viewing this by video, all you flu sick people or whatever, I will talk as loudly as I can because I have no external mic. So hopefully you'll have a halfway decent sound quality. Alright, now yesterday we looked at a problem pertaining to calling cards. And we solved this system of equations using talking about calling cards. Who can give me what those two equations were? Y equals something.
Equals 2x plus 30.
And y equals?
6x plus 10.
Okay. Now, what we did yesterday is we put these into our graphing calculators and we solved them by graphing. What was the solution of this system of equations? 540. Okay, now, and this was the equation for calling card A, and this was the equation for calling card B. What if you didn't have a graphing calculator? How would you go about solving this? Anybody have any ideas? That's where we have our new method today, which is solving a system by substitution. Do you remember when we did the system of equations about a week and a half ago? It was on our handout where we were trying to figure out which company offered us the best deal if we were going to order folders. Y'all remember doing that one? How did we solve that when we said at what point do the folders charge us the same price? Y'all remember doing that one? What did we do then? Oh, come on, wake up, people. You may not be. We set them equal to each other, right? What allowed us to set those equations equal to each other?
We had a graph. We had a graph to show.
Sort of. We did have a graph. We were looking at a graph. If y equals this and y equals this, can I substitute one value of y in for another? Yeah. Substitution property. I'm going to just use this top equation. Y equals 2x plus 30. And instead of y, I'm going to substitute the value of 6x plus 10 in place of y. And I'm going to go about solving this like I would a normal equation. How do y'all want to go about solving it? Give me a hand. Y'all getting camera shy. That's what it is. Viewing audience at home, they're never this quiet. What do I do?
Work it out.
How?
If both of the x's on the same side.
How do I do that?
Do you want
By
to subtract
subtracting 2x.
or 2x?
Subtract 6x or 2x. Which would be the best to subtract?
Subtract
2x.
2x.
Yes. Okay, and when I subtract 2x, it's gone from here. What am I left with?
4x.
4x plus 10 equals 30. Now what?
Subtract 10.
And 4x equals,
20.
now what?
Divide by 4.
And,
X equals 5.
is that what we got yesterday?
Yes.
Whoa, dude, ain't that cool?
Let's do that.
Now, what do you think we're gonna need to do to figure out what y is by substitution method?
You're looking for X. The 5 is for where X is.
Which one?
I
Choose one. Choose your
6x.
favorite equation.
guess 6.
6x plus 10, okay? So we're gonna take this 5, x equals 5, and now we're gonna use substitution, and we're going to replace x
Yes.
with 5, not 6. And y equals what? 30 plus 10, which is,
40.
did we get the same order pair from yesterday?
Yeah. We did.
Now, what did that order pair mean? That was something we kind of looked at yesterday and we talked about a little bit.
5 minutes, the calling cards both cost 40 cents.
Very good. At 5 minutes, both calling card A and B cost 40 cents. Now you would have to look at that calling card, look at that graph, look at your numbers a little bit better to decide which one. If you're going to be talking less than 5 minutes, I think it was calling card A offered you a better deal. But if you're talking more than 5 minutes, calling card B offered you a better deal. Okay? This is all about solving systems of equations by substitution. Now let me get my book, because I left it at the back, and I'm going to give y'all another problem. This is not a real world problem. This is just a problem in general, and I want you to look at this problem, and I want you to see if you can solve the problem using substitution. This talking loud's not good for me.
You think I should TA?
Okay, now this one is not about a calling card company. It's not about anything in particular. I'm just going to give you two equations, two random equations. And I want to see if you can solve these equations using the substitution method.
You just brought out the negative.
Don't you love negatives?
No.
No.
Get over it.
I'm not so much that I love fractions.
Alright, now this one looks different. So you're going to have to think a little harder. Think on it a minute before I start helping you. What do you think we need to do to solve this system of equations? Now. Substitution. Think substitution.
Substitute 2. Maybe.
What do I know? What do I know that y equals?
You know y equals 2. No, or just kidding. Y equals negative 4x plus 12.
Yeah,
So you can substitute y with 4x.
plus 12.
Plus, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So you're going to take this, because you know that y equals this. Substitute it right here, people.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so y'all do it.
Okay.
Video people, you be doing this too. All you flu sick people who got me sick and made me miss last week, y'all try this too. I'm not going to pause the video because I figured out when I pause the video, it messes it up when I try to upload it.
Uh,
Yeah,
I'm having to disguise my voice.
I know, I need to disguise my voice, don't I?
Tanner,
I don't know.
stop talking like that.
Thanks a lot, Molly.
Alright, so now we're substituting. Tell me what you've done so far.
I substituted.
Yeah, I get that. What'd you substitute?
I got 2x plus negative 4x plus x
She can put some parentheses
plus
in there.
12 equals 2. Hey, good job.
Yep. I bet you didn't put the parentheses in though.
No, I did
No,
not.
I didn't.
It's not a big deal if you didn't put the parentheses in, but in the next, in the next step, I'm just gonna remove those parentheses.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, she just did that.
Now what?
I would
No,
say
negative 2x.
subtract 12.
Not yet.
What did, do what?
I don't know.
Where'd I lose you?
I didn't know where the addition.
Here? If I could write that like this, but I'm getting too many signs in there. It's just gonna make life more confusing.
Okay.
So since that minus sign is a negative or the sign of the number and it means subtraction, I'm just gonna tell it like it is and put the minus in there. It didn't disappear. We're still adding negative. Now what?
Didn't you combine like 2x and 4x?
Yes, and what do I get when I combine my like
Negative
terms?
2x.
Negative 2x.
12.
Uh-huh. Yep, keep going.
Minus 12.
Subtract 12.
Negative 2. Negative 2x equals negative 2. Divide by negative 2. X equals 5.
Wow, that's a coinky dink. I didn't plan on that x equaling 5 in two different ones. Okay, so now we know half the story. We only know half the story. We know that the ordered pair that makes this equation true is 5 something.
5 something.
Yep. Now, it does not matter. It's like Burger King. You can have it your way. You choose this equation or this equation. You know what x equals. Replace x in one of these equations to figure out what y is. Now, which one do you think it would be
The
better?
bottom one.
No, the top one.
Why the top?
Because it's like normal.
It's-
Not.
Sort of, what were you saying? I heard somebody here saying something.
It's
It's already y equals something. So all you gotta do is replace x and figure out what y is. What is y?
Well, negative
Y is negative 8. Tell me how you got it.
8. Alright, so negative 4 times 5 is negative 10. Then you add 12. That'd be negative 8.
Good. So my ordered pair answer, which I'm gonna move over here, because I'm afraid I'm not on the camera with it. My ordered pair answer is x equals 5, y equals negative 8. What do you think about those?
I
That's
think
not bad.
Pretty easy.
I think it's pretty easy too.
Well, why does everybody think it's so confusing? Because sometimes when I look at these problems, I get so confused. But when I work it out, I don't.
Practice more at home.
Use those two
Just
guys.
pull random problems. If I were to assign you even problems, then you do the odd problems too, and you can check your answers in the back of the book, which you know I rarely assign even problems.
Book
Because
work.
Because I want you to be able to check your answers, but I want you to show me your work too.
They're all in the work.
Yeah,
But
I'm all about that
besides
work.
homework,
All about that work, No lazy.
No.
There's gotta be some copyrights on this video. Somebody's gonna slap me with something probably. Alright, so let's try something else.
Slap you with a fish.
I know it.
Oh, wow.
Hey, what's up with the fish?
Boy, Boy, this is gonna be entertaining for those who are sick. Okay, let's try another one.
About 8 or 3.
This is supposed to be 3, it just went a little crazy. Is that better? Okay. Little different problem now. Now what you gonna do?
Well, you know that 3x is 3.
How do I know X is 3? Do I know that X equals something, or do I know that Y equals something? No, we don't. So what are we gonna have to
You
do?
gotta fix it.
Solve for one.
Solve for one of them. Yeah. So which one of these is gonna be easier to solve for one of them? Solve for X. So start out, solve for X. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a minute. What's that look like? A literal equation. What have we been doing, like
For
6
ever.
months?
Like,
Like literal equations. We've been doing those forever.
For real, for real.
Do what? Somebody tell me to do something.
add 2y.
You gotta add your 2y.
I don't know what X is.
Okay, somebody tell me add 2y. I just did.
There you go.
Okay? Hey, Allie.
Oh my goodness, it's out.
Now what?
You got the first problem done.
It's sort of done.
Sir.
It's sort of done. Now I gotta substitute. How am I gonna substitute?
With
Find out what
3x.
Find out what y equals. I know that x equals all of this. Plug it in.
Blood cheddar.
Substitution. Substitution.
3.
3 times the quantity.
2y minus 3. So it's 5y.
Okay, so
Alright, y'all think on it.
Why don't we just work it out?
Yeah,
Instead
work
of-
on it.
Instead of thinking on it, let's
Well, you
just
gotta
do it.
think and work at the same time, so just go for it.
We can do it.
What do we do?
Okay.
Distributed property.
It's so easy.
You, grandma, grandpa, go in and hug them.
Dude,
cat and dog.
oh,
Well,
Jared.
go in, hug your cat, dog, I don't care, just hug them. Hug everybody in the house.
Goldfish.
Tell you about it.
Yeah. Good luck with the goldfish. What do I do?
You gotta use the distributive property.
Tell me how. I
So
forgot.
3 times 2y equals 6y. Minus 9y, or 9,
Okay.
plus 5y.
Equals 24.
Y.
No.
Now what?
Now,
Oh, there's
you
2
gotta-
y's.
You gotta get your
You
9
gotta add
on the other side.
Okay, I
Add
can
nine.
get my 9 on the other side. How?
Add 9. That's easy.
Taylor, you're good at tonight.
Go on here. What can I do with these 2 things? I heard Molly trying to say.
You should have.
Come
Come on.
Combine them, and what do I get when I combine them?
11y and 3.
Come back. Like a combine.
Now what?
Divide by 11.
Minus 3.
Y equals 3.
Oh my
Now-
goodness. Taylor just said that.
He did randomly a while ago,
That was
but I was
awesome.
gonna make him tell me some more.
Yo.
Taylor, you didn't know that.
All right, so we know half of our ordered pair. We know that y equals 3. Okay? How am I gonna figure out what x is?
You gotta go back to y for 3.
Okay, we're gonna go here. 2 2 times 3 minus 3. What do I get?
X equals
3.
Y'all, we got a right answer.
No way.
What do you think?
This is easy.
I think this is fun. And this is why I've been beating y'all to death with literal equations.
I feel beaten.
I have just literally every day of the week
I feel bruised.
smacked you hard with literal equations.
With a
fish.
With a fish.
With a fish.
With those literal equation fish.
I know.
You want the dolphins.
So here's what I want you to do. I ask you all to bring your textbooks.
Oh.
Yeah, some of you don't have them.
I look.
I want you on page 347.
Feels my history book. I gotta get my book. Party, please.
In just a minute, I'll put them up for you.
Oh,
Okay.
you're so nice.
Thank you. For right now,
You want a bet.
these are fairly time consuming. So for right now, I only want you to do numbers 8 through 13.
Will this be for homework?
It's for now work.
Oh, cool.
It's for now work. Y'all have got about 15 minutes or so left in class. So this is for now work. Problems 8 through 13. Okay? So y'all go ahead and get started. Thank you, those of you at home who are sick. We want you well. We want you back here with us having fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Aloha.
That means hello.
I watched High School Musical the other night and she said toodles. So toodles.
Toodles.
Hey.